Hello, everybody. How are you? Thanks for waiting. I was teaching a Skype lesson. So, hi. Oh my goodness, so many people in the live chat already. Hi. We have Joshua Lee. I'm going to say hello. Marco Nix 1. Ragamuffin Ukes. Hey. Oh, cool. Hey, nice to see you. Marek, thank you for being here. Vlad. Yeah, and Yukon, thank you so much for being here. All right, well, let's get started. We are going to be learning. Hi, Nicole, how you doing? We're going to be learning One Love by Bob Marley. I'm going to be teaching you 2 strumming patterns if time allows. If time does not allow, we will we'll work with it. We just roll with it. So if you haven't heard this song before, it sounds like this. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. One love, hi from Portage, nice. One heart, not too far away. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Yay! Okay, and then I'm going to be giving you another strumming pattern option, which we will go over first, and it sounds like this. One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Yeah. Ragamuffin Ukes, she asked, do I have a high G or a low G? I have a high G. And whether you have a high G or a low G, this strumming pattern will work whether you have a high G or a low G. So it'll work just fine. So what we have here is that we have a C, F, G, and an A minor. So C is 3rd fret of the A string. G looks like a mini triangle. You see my ukulele neck is up at a 45-degree angle. F, like this, 2nd fret of the G string, 1st fret of the E string, and then A minor, it's just the 2nd fret of the G string. All right. Hi, Katie. How's it going? Hey, Bill. How's it going? Jonathan, thanks for being here. Okay, so what we're going to do first is we kind of got to define what a reggae beat is. And long story short, reggae beat happens when you have count 1 is shh, silent, and then the and is played or emphasized. So it's 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and there are just dozens of strumming patterns that you can use or that would be categorized as a reggae beat. I mean, like I did before, I did the or this one. It'd be and just like emphasizing the offbeat or the and so then as you strum, we're going to try to mute the first beat or the on beat, the down beat, and then the off beat, that's what we're going to emphasize. So if we were strumming 8th notes, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you notice that all of the ands are on the upstrokes, on the upswings. Yeah, so we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So what I could do is that I can lightly touch my strings like this, and then I can strum up on the down beat. I know it says like up on the down, no, sorry, up on the off beat, not the down beat. The down beat is when I strum down. Sorry. Okay, so what happens is that with count 1, it's shh, and then on the and, it's played. So it'd be shh, bop, 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 bop. That's one way we can do it. So let's give that a try. We have our C chord right here. And what I'm going to do is just basically take my palm and then I'm going to lightly touch my strings just to stop them from vibrating. You don't have to hang on to it. Just lightly touch them and then strum up on the offbeat. So it's going to sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 Yay. All right, cool. So let's give that a try. We have our C chord, and then we are going to try C for 4 counts and G for 4 counts. All right, just practicing the strumming and the transition. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3. And here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And all right, we're going to park right there. Now we have F for 2 counts, C for 2 counts, G for 2 counts, and then C for 2 counts. So let's try that. We have F, C, G, C. Okay, so we have F, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and C chord, and G, and C, and all right, let's do that again. You ready? So we are in F, C, G, C. 1 and 2 and 3. And here we go. 1 and C chord, G, C, like that. Good. Now for all of you chuckers out there, if you would like to chuck the downbeat and then strum up on the offbeat, works perfectly. If you don't like to chuck and you're allergic to chucking, that's okay. I completely understand. Then you can just gently touch your strings, just tap them lightly, and then strum up. Can you tap and strum down on the offbeat? Absolutely. That is totally cool. So it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. F and C and G and C and all right. Or you could do mute and strum up on that offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F and C, G, C. That's what it sounds like. So hi Neil, how's it going? George, Smoothie Bowls, Dana, Sharon, Aaron, Mike, Jackie, Beat with Mike, Andre. Hey, thank you so much for being here. All right, so let's give that a try with that offbeat, or what you can do if you're just getting the chords underneath your fingers. There's nothing wrong with just strumming on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, choose your own adventure. Ready? Let's try our C. I'm going to be doing the chuck, and then I'm going to be strumming up. You do what's best for you, either the mute and the strum down, or the mute and strum up. Okay, ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. F. Let's get C. G. Feel alright. C. One more time. One love. G. One heart. F. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. F. Let's get together and feel alright. All right. Now that's really cool. I said all right on all right. All right, all right, all right. So when we have the intro right here, you see how the intro is also the chorus. Pretty neat, huh? And then we have this tag right here. The let's get together and feel all right. It's the same as the latter half of the chorus and also the intro. So it's really helpful to know that once you have this chunk, you really have 85% of the song. Okay, so let's try that again. One more time, let's go through that together. Again, choose your own adventure, or you're feeling Olympic, you want to try the chuck down strum up, or you want to try the mute, strum down, or mute and strum up, just as long as count 1 is silent. The downbeat, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, because you want to create space, because that's really what makes the reggae beat so so dynamic, and it also makes it so recognizable. You're like, oh, yep, I know exactly what that is. So you know exactly kind of like what to expect with it. Let's try that. 1 and 2 and 3. Here we go. One love. G. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. F. 1 and 2. C. 3 and 4. G and C. Again. One love. G. Up, down, up, down, up. F. And praise to the C. And I will G. All right. F. Let's get together and feel all right. Yeah, cool. Now let's try the verse. All right, so it's 2 counts for each chord. So we have eighth notes. We have 1 and 2 and then we're going to switch chords for 3 and 4 and if I'm looking at, if you like notation, or if you like the arrows and like the strumming notation, this may help, because the X means shh, don't play, and then you mute, and then this part you play because there's notes. And we have this thing that looks like a staple. That means you strum down. That means you strum up. So basically we have C, down, up, and the next chord will be A minor, down, up, up. So you're basically splitting the, oh, sorry, ha, take that music stand, haha. Okay, you're basically splitting the measure in half. This is where the island strum won't work, because the island strum, count 3 is absorbed. Otherwise you're, or if you're in the middle of it, because it's one measure, and that's not really, doesn't, kind of loses that reggae feel, right? Do you hear that? Cool. All right. So, and then I'm doing that because my chucking is terrible. And that's okay. That's totally fine. You can totally mute this way. I'm giving you options so you can choose whatever you want to do. All right, let's try the verse. Either you chuck and then you strum up, you mute, you just take this portion of your palm, gently touch your strings, and then strum up, or you can strum gently touch your strings and then strum down, just as long as the downbeat is silent. Okay, let's try it. Down. Here we go. 1 and 2 and verse, and here we go. 1 and 2, A minor, 3 and 4, F, C. Good. A minor, F, C. Ready? 2 more times to the verse. A minor, F, C, A minor, just to save his own. Yeah? Okay, we're going to try that again together. You ready? Let's try it. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3, and here we go. Let them all pass. A minor, F, their dirty remarks. C, there is one question I F really like to ask. Is there a place for the hopeless sinners who has hurt all mankind just to save his own? And then it goes back to the chorus. Okay, how we doing out there? Following okay? Remember, choose whatever is best for you, whether you're just getting the chords underneath your fingers and just strumming down 1, 2, 3, 4, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you can choose between the reggae options that I have, where the downbeat is silent, where either you mute with your palm, strum down, mute with the palm, strum up, or chuck, mute, and then strum up. So chucking and muting, that's the same thing together. Chucking and muting, palm and strum down. Or palm and strum up. Yeah. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Unless there's some questions that you have, I'll answer that in a little bit. I don't see anything in the live chat yet. Okay. Now give me some thumbs up or some smiley emojis, hearts if you're like, yep, we're getting it. Super cool. Yay, doing something forgot to sing. Yay, cool. So excited. Oh, I'm so glad you wanted to see this one. The sheet to this one is on my Patreon page. So if you want all of the sheet music or just the chord charts and things like that, you will find it on my Patreon page. It has the chords, the strumming pattern options, and then the difference between this chart and the one that is on Patreon is that the lyrics and the chords are there. This one does not have the chords and the lyrics appeared. All right, cool. Yay. Thank you so much. Appreciate the feedback because I just want to make sure I'm not moving on and then moving too fast. Okay, that's the wonderful thing about live is that I'm able to gauge as to what you would like me to explain more or just, what can I do better? Because with YouTube, it's really difficult because I'm sitting in front of a camera and I'm talking to whom I think I know whom I'm talking to, but it's always good to get that feedback of like, hey, can you explain that a different way? So that's always good. Now let's try strumming pattern number 2. If you're feeling Olympic, if you would like to, great. If not, don't worry. It sounds like this. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's give it a try. I call this, I haven't heard this called anywhere else. I call it the boogie bop. And the reason why I call it the boogie bop is because it sounds like boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. And then it also just gives my students something to latch onto sonically and rhythmically to what's happening here, because there's going to be some timing involved with this kind of strumming pattern, because your left hand has to do some covering and lifting while this hand maintains a strumming pattern. Okay, so let's try this. What we're going to do is we're going to try this strumming pattern right here without any chords. So let's just eliminate that right now. I'm going to take my chording hand and I'm just going to gently cover my strings because then it's nice and muted, right? And the strumming pattern would be down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. All right, or you can say boogie bop, 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 boogie bop. Now each 1 E and or down, up, down is equal to 1 count. Yes? So if I want to play a chord for 4 counts, I have to play 4 boogie bops. And then if I want to play it for 2, like down here, I have to play 2 boogie bops or 1 E and 2 E and. Yeah, following okay? All right, so let's try that together. All right, we're going to take our left hand. Almost forgot what this was. This is my left hand. Okay, good. This is my right. Pregnancy brain is almost kicked in. It's a thing. It is a thing. All right, so we have 1 E and 2 E and. Okay, let's try that together. Boogie bop, boogie bop. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. One more time. Down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Cool. Now, what we're going going to do is that we're going to try a C chord with the boogie bop, okay? But I'm going to be using finger number 1 on the 3rd fret of the A string, and I'll show you why in a minute. First, we're just going to play the open strings on this strumming pattern right here, and we're not going to do any muting yet. So it's going to sound like this. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Let's try it together. Ready? 1 E and 2 E and down, up, down, down. Here we go. And down, up, down, 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 down, up, down. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie. One more time. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Now, the reason why I like saying boogie bop, it's because if you notice there's a teeny tiny dot right there. That's called a staccato. And when you have a staccato, what happens is that it's a very abrupt stop in the music, like this. Bop. It wouldn't be a ma. Otherwise, the sound might bleed into the next count, and then it may sound muddy. And so what happens is that if you abruptly stop the sound, it just gives it, one, more space and more sonic interest. So sometimes when you play a rhythm, it's not about what you play, it's what you don't play that actually creates dynamic and actually creates interest. So it would sound like this. Boogie, bop. Boogie, bop, boogie, bop, boogie, bop. All right, so this is what I am going to do here. All right, so this is what I'm going to do here. I am going to take my pointer finger, keep it right here, or index finger. Someone yelled at me for saying pointer finger, so I'm sorry. Index finger. Take finger number 1 and place that on the 3rd fret right here. And then I'm going to take these 2 fingers. So we have middle finger, ring finger, and my pinky's going to follow. So what happens is that my fingers are going to cover and gently touch these strings. Do you see that? Just like that. Like that. And my pinky's not really covering, so it's just kind of following for good measure. But what happens is that I like to use these 2 fingers because one of those fingers is going to cover just some part of the real estate of the fretboard. So it's not just relying on one finger, you could, but two are better than one. So I have boogie, like that. Like that. So let's give that a try. Okay, what happens? We're not going to do the strumming pattern. Let's just break it down, where first we strum the chord, and then we're going to lightly cover our strings like this, just to get used to the motion, okay, and getting used to the sound of it. If you hear like some of your strings ringing out, it just means that one of your strings just needs to be covered just a little bit more. So like this, like that. So we're going to strum, and then you're going to cover. So let's try that. Strum, cover. Here we go. 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 Strum, cover. One more time. Strum, cover. Now we want that staccato. That means we have to boop, cover our strings a little more sharply and a little more quickly. Bop, bop, bop. So we have, try it with me. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3. Here we go. 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 One more time. 2. I like. Let's do it again. 2. 2 more times. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So do you hear the bop, bop. Hopefully you're getting used to it. It took me a while to get used to this kind of motion right here. So if this is new to you, just keep trying. Keep trying. It eventually gets better. But what happens is that as you take this slowly and as you keep trying, covering the strings and getting the timing, your fingers become more familiar with what string is touching what, which string is touching what, and what part of your finger is covering the strings. It just becomes easier and easier. But if this is your first time doing this and you're like, some of my strings are ringing out, what's going on? It's normal. It's very, very normal. And if you feel like, or like maybe you have something that's ringing out, it may be that you're pushing too hard. Just a light touch. Bop, 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 bop. Good. Okay. Now, the reason why you didn't want to do this one, because look, if I try to cover my strings with my pinky, poor pinky, it not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. Another position that you could use is this. It should look familiar from the B flat, and I know some of you are like, no, please no. But when it comes to this position, if you bring it up to the 3rd fret like this, it actually might be easier because the tension is less. The tension is greatest here on the nut and the saddle where the strings are. That's where it's going to feel the stiffest. And then if you bring it up here to the 3rd fret, the B flat position, that is a C chord. So we have B flat, B, C. And if you want to do boogie bop here, what happens is that all of my strings are just being lightly touched by my fingers, the very tips of my fingers. Do you see that? Just lightly touching. And then when I strum, I squeeze my strings, but then immediately after I hear the chord, my fingers just gently, they release the pressure, but they stay in contact with the strings. Like that. Like that. So that is an option if you don't like this one. Okay. Okay, now let's try another chord because we have a G chord. And then we have this one right here. What happens is that I have my G chord, and I like to curl my thumb over very slightly, very, very gently. And what happens is that if you slightly curl your thumb over and then you mute it, what happens is that it just doesn't sound out. And then because I'm in my G chord, we have 3 fingers touching 3 strings. So then just like the other chord that I showed you, I strum down, it's muted if I just lightly touch. But if I squeeze a little bit, there's my G chord, but the G string is still muted. So it'll sound like this. So we have so it's like that. Okay. So we have boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, like that. So give it a try. You have your G where you strum and then you just release the pressure. And you should bop, bop. If you don't release the pressure, it'll ring out. But if I stop and I release the pressure, it all of a sudden, it stops. Let's try that again. Release the pressure. Good. So it's like a squeeze and a let go, but I'm not letting go of the fretboard. I'm just letting go of the pressure while my fingers are still in contact with the strings. So can you mute in staccato with the right hand? You could possibly. I'm not exactly quite sure, but that would kind of involve chucking. And then what would happen is that if you have it would be more of a scratching like that. And you'd have to coordinate your pointer finger and your thumb up like that. Like that. And that's a different technique. That's a different lesson. So let's try the F chord. Now it's the same concept as the C chord like this, but I'm going to be using my ring finger and my pinky just to try to cover the strings. The ones that I really need to cover are here, which is going to be my A string, and then my C string. So it'll sound like this. So if I strum and go bop and cover, bop, cover, strum, cover. Whoop, I pushed a little too hard. You thought, so yeah. All right, so we have the strum and the cover. Strum and the cover. Strum and cover, like that. And I'm hammering onto a right there by accident. So I got to troubleshoot that. Give me a second. There it is. All right, did you hear that? Like I heard a string that was ringing out. I'm like, which one is it? So I played each string trying to find out which one needed just a little bit more love, needed a little bit more attention. So I adjusted my pinky, spread it out just a little bit more, just to make sure that everything was, covered. All right, so you troubleshoot through these things. Now, how does this work through here? Let's find our C chord again, and let's try that strumming pattern. The boogie bop, boogie bop. So what happens is that on the first 2 16th notes, the down up, those are muted. Down, up, like that. So let's give that a try with me. Ready? Down, up, and here we go. Your turn. Down, up, and here we, your turn. Down, up, and here we go. And then down, up, and here we go, and down, up, and dun, dun. Here we go, down, up, and here we go. All right. Someone said, can't you just lift your thumb on the G? You could, but it just may take a little more time. I like to keep it there as a safeguard. So if I left it out, here it kind of rings where like, or we have a, I'm really not that cool. If you can do it, super, do it. For me, what happens is that I really like muting the string with my thumb. If you can't mute it with your thumb, then what you can do is you could also use this position like this, where you bar these three and then middle finger's right here. And then you have your pointer finger right there. You see that? And it mutes that string by just gently touching that string. Okay, so that's a way to do it. All right, so here, back to this. We have down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. So if I see the first down, up is muted. Down, up. All right, let's give that a try. Down, up, and here we go. 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 Now we're going to add the bop. So it'll be boogie, bop, where we release. You see that? I released. Boogie, bop. So try that with me. So we're not doing the bop yet. We're staccato. It's going to be boogie, bop. We'll let it ring, and then we'll cover. Okay, ready? Boogie, bop. Now cover. Try it again. Down, up, down, cover. Let's try that together. Down, up, down, cover. Down, up, down, cover. Down, up, down, cover. Down, up, down, cover. All right, try that with me. 1 E and here we go. 1 E and cover. 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 Boogie bop, cover. All right, now we're going to make the bop just a little bit more staccato. So it'll be boogie bop. Try to cover right away. All right, ready? 1 E and oh, my baby's quiet. I'm so sad. She's being taken care of. It's good. She's with I'm losing the word. Oh yeah, she's with somebody right now, so it's good. She's being watched. It's good. All right, ready? Boogie bop, boogie bop. All right, so let's try that, but we're just gonna do one at a time. All right. So we have boogie bop, 3, 4, boogie lift cover, and go. Boogie lift cover, and go. Boogie lift cover, and go. Down, up, down, and go. Down, up, bop. And one more time. Down, up, bop. Okay, getting that timing, it can be a little tricky, but keep trying to get that strumming and then the covering. Just keep trying, working on one chord even. That works really well. Down, up, down, and then trying getting that motion as smooth as you possibly can. Now, if we were going to do the G, it would sound like this. Like that. Boogie, bop, down, up, squeeze. And then after I squeeze, I boop, release the pressure. So I think you saw that. I'm trying not to hit the music stand. So like this. Bop, bop. See that? Boogie, bop, boogie, bop, boogie, bop. Yeah, you can even hear the strings moving. All right, so we have down, up, squeeze, and then after we strum down, we release the pressure with our left hand. So let's try it. Down, up, down. Here we go. Down, up, squeeze. Here we go. Down, up, squeeze. Here we go. Down, up, down. Here we go. Boogie, bop. And one more time. Boogie, bop. All right, so now we're going to add the C to the G. Okay, so it's going to sound like this. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. G. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Okay, let's give that a try. Do the best you can. Get as much as you can. All right, ready? Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Here we go. Down, up, bop. Down, up, bop. Down, up, lift, cover. Down, G chord. Here we go. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Okay, now we have the F chord like this. Like that. And then we have our C chord. G, down, up, bop, down, up, bop, and then back to the C chord. It does seem like a long way to travel from G to C, as long as you keep your strumming hand going, and if you strum open strings, that's totally fine. That just happens. No one's going to get it perfect, including me. But what happens is that the rhythm is more important than I think it's more important. As you're transitioning. So it would sound like this. And let's say that transitioning from the G isn't the best. Did you hear some open strings? I'm gonna try the F. You hear like there's some open strings in there as I'm strumming in between. That's okay. It's all right. Just try to keep the beat as best as you possibly can. Okay, because eventually the more you practice, the more it's going to smooth out. All right, so let's try that C. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie G, boogie bop, boogie bop. All right, ready? C. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Here we go. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Boogie bop. All right, G. Boogie bop. Boogie bop. Boogie bop. Ready? F. Boogie bop. Boogie lift cover. Now back to C. Boogie bop. Boogie G. Boogie bop. Boogie bop. C. Boogie bop. Boogie bop. It's a lot. It's a lot. So let's try that one more time. Oh, a practice tip that you have. If you're practicing this at home and just, looking at this with the live lesson at another time, then double everything. So instead of 4 counts, make that 8. Make this 8. Make that 4, make that 4, make this 4, make this 4, because then it's just going to be a lot easier to just work on your transitions and not feel like, oh my gosh, here comes another chord change, so then that might help. Let's actually do that. So instead of 4, 8, we're doubling everything in the intro. Okay. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, and here we go. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Ready? C chord again, because we're doubling it. Bop, down, up, bop, down, up, bop, down. G. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. F. Okay, now did I double that? I can't remember. Sorry, no. We're here. Let's double everything. So we have 4 for here. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. Ready? C chord. G. C. So that's something that you can do. And then once eventually you get used to that, then try the counts as written so that you're just focusing on more so one thing at a time. That really helps a lot. Neil said the G's harder, will take more practice. Understandable. And Neil, I know you know your bar chords. So you could do this one instead, because this works perfectly with bar chords. It really, really does, because then all of your strings are covered with a finger or in contact with a string. And so if you just release the pressure and you don't push down on your strings and you strum, you get a nice chuck, 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 and then you do your push-pull motion and then your squeeze. And then you quickly release the pressure. It really adds it adds that percussive part without having to do the lift cover, or this right here, the squeeze and the let go, as I call it. All right, so this is what it's going to sound like from intro to chorus. All right, let's give it a try. C chord. Boogie bop, 1 E, and here we go. Boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. G chord. 1 heart. Oh, board is blurry. Sorry. Is that better? Sorry to stop in the middle. Sorry, it's a little blurry. Let's see if that helps. Is that better? Okay, I hope so. Okay. All right, let's try it. So we have our C chord. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and in the intro. Here we go. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and G. 1 E and boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie. F chord. C chord. G. C. Ready? Chorus. 1 love. G. 1 heart. F chord. Let's get together and feel alright. One more time. 1 love. Boogie bop. 1 heart. Boogie bop. Boogie. F chord. C. G. C. All right, now F chord. Let's get together and G. Feel all C. Yeah, I hope you can hear it, and I hope that it makes sense. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. Is that better? Hopefully it's not blurry anymore. When we get to the verse, the boogie bop, it still applies. And then when you have a C chord, same thing. F chord, same thing. A minor, it's almost the same thing as the F chord. Now, if you don't like that, take finger number 1, place that on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then use these fingers to cover. That works just as well. Sometimes you may have to experiment with a finger or two to make sure, like, okay, which one is more comfortable for me? Which one best fits, and suits me and my muscle memory? And that's totally fine. I tell my students that the ukulele police are not going to come and get you. Sometimes there's just some things you have to adjust and find something that works for you, right? Right? We all do that. All right, use the bony part of your index finger and then use the strumming hand back of the neck, push against your index finger, allow more surface area. Oh yeah, you're talking about bar chords, the rolling. Rolling the finger onto its side instead of here. Cool, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's great. Instead of using the flat of your finger, roll it. And then that helps a lot. And then also using the push-pull motion where you push this portion of your body against your body and the neck wants to swing forward, you pull it back with the weight of your bicep, for the weight of your arm and your bicep, using the push-pull motion as well as rolling helps a lot. Let me know if you want a video on bar chord techniques. All right, so then when we get to the verse, let's try it. We have the boogie bop. See, it's only 2 counts for each chord. That can be a little intimidating. So what do? We double it. So instead of 2 counts for each chord, we'll play 4. All right, that's just for practice. Boogie bop, here we go, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. A minor, here comes. F. C. Ready? 4 counts again. Down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down. A minor, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up. F. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to try it just 2 counts for each chord so you can hear how it sounds. If you're ready, great. If not, don't worry. It's something where I just want to show you what it sounds like. Okay, ready? Da, da, bop, boogie bop, boogie bop. 2 counts each chord and boogie bop. A minor, F, C. There is one question I really like to ask. Is there a minor for the hopeless sinner who has heard all men? A minor, F, just to save his own. All right. So that's what it would sound like with the verse, intro, and the chorus. Friday, I'm going to be posting a play along, and I have the 2 Katies that will be playing. First Katie on one side is going to be doing the chuck and then strumming up on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or you can do the mute strum down, or you could do the mute and strum up where we use our palm. So that's an option right there. And if you're feeling Olympic and you want to try the other version, the boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, boogie bop, that version, that's on there too. So I'm playing 2 at the same time. I've recorded 2 tracks so that you can listen and hear what it sounds like together, or you can just hear what the whole thing sounds together with this strumming pattern or with this strumming pattern. So yeah, cool. Again, all of the chord charts that I have for this song, that's going to be found on my Patreon page, and it has the chords, the lyrics, things like this, the graphics, but it has the chords and the lyrics on the Patreon version. Okay, do you have any questions? I know there's a lot of information. I always think like, oh, I have one concept to teach, and I think, oh, I'll take it the next step further. And then it ends up being like a lot. At least in my head, I'm like, I should have split this up. Probably should have split this up into two. But yeah, let me know. Do you have any questions before we end? No. All right, you want to try it? You want to try it together? Cool. What we're going to do is that you can either choose the Boogie Bop, or you can try this one right here, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, all right. So I'm going to try this one right here, and the first half, and the second half, I'm going to try this, this one right here. If I can remember to switch, we'll find out. Okay. Oh, let me see here. There we go. You ready? 1 and 2 and 3. Oh, those lines are in People Get Ready. Yeah. People get ready. And it's the same chord progression. People get ready. Rain coming. Don't need no ticket. You just get on board. That's the chords right there. Okay. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and intro. G, F, C, G, C. Ready? Chorus. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. F chord. And praise to the Lord. And G, feel all. C chord. F, C, G, C. Verse. Let them all pass their F. Dirty remarks. There is one question I really like to ask. C chord. 1 and 2. A minor. F, C, 1 and 2, and A minor. Just to save his own. Chorus. One love, G, one heart, F. Let's get C chord. G, feel all. C chord. One love, G. Oh my goodness, thank you. Then praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. F, let's get together and feel alright. Ready? Verse. C, let's get together, fight this holy Armageddon. So when the man comes, there'll be no doom. Yep. 1 and 2. You're awesome. F, toes grow thinner. C, there ain't no hiding from the Father of creation. Chorus. One love, one heart. Let's get together and feel alright. One love, one heart. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Ready? Hold this F chord and get together. G, feel alright. Yay! Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Piranka Rana? Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm floored. I'm like, what? Thank you. Not ukulele related, but what place is at the top of your travel bucket list? Yours is Norway. Oh man, there's so many places I want to go. Really want to go to Hawaii. I'd love to go. Yes. Ireland, China, where my ancestors are. So, oh my goodness, this has been so much fun. Really, really grateful for every single one of you. Again, the play along is going to be posted on Friday. So it's the full play along. It has chords and lyrics, things like that. And also, Chord is on my Patreon page if you want to go back there. And then once this video is uploaded, oh my goodness, thank you, Jackie. Oh my gosh, thank you for the blessings. Wow, this is amazing. Thank you. Holy cow. I'm not from China. My father's Chinese and my mother is Irish. Yes. But there's a long story, very long story about how I have relatives in Hawaii. So it's a long story. And I have to go soon, so I don't have time to tell it. But yeah, just I'm so incredibly grateful for you guys. If you would like another lesson on reggae strumming, I have that, and that's free on my YouTube channel. Once this is all uploaded and live, what I'll do is I will link that in the description box, and so that you can go back and reference that. Also, I have 3 little birds that would work for this song, as well as I have a tutorial for The Tide is High. The tide is high, but I'm holding on. And it uses this particular reggae strumming right here. Okay, so if you want more practice, it's all there. Cool. So hello. Oh, you're a little late. That's okay. That's wonderful about YouTube is that I'm going to keep it up so that you can watch from the beginning. Thanks for being here. I just so appreciate it. Have a lot. Oh, you have to run to work, Neil. Thanks for taking the time and being here. I appreciate it. Thank you, Debs. And thank you, George. Thank you, Katie. Oh, I love Corinne Bailey Ray. I think it's wonderful. I have so many people that I absolutely love that I'm like, why haven't I done a tutorial? Like Stevie Wonder, he's my hero. I listen to him all the time. Why don't I have any of his tutorials, anything on my channel for that? Oh my gosh. Maybe sometime I'll be able to hire a full-time editor or hire an editor, and then I can just make videos and then they can edit them and then I can make more. We'll see what happens. But just you are all such a blessing. Thank you for your support. And it's because of your support I'm able to do this. So thank you for being a blessing. Okay. Yay. Chris. Hi, Chris Fuchigami. Hello. If you don't know who Chris Fuchigami is, you need to follow him right now. Go follow him right now. It's okay if you leave my channel right now to go follow him. Do it. You will not be disappointed. He's absolutely incredible. So he is an amazing ukulele performer, teacher, composer. He's won numerous awards and accolades. Just amazing. Huge fan. So you got to go check him out. Chris Fuchigami. I'm going to spell that out for you so that you can write it down and you can type it in right now in the Google search. Capital K RIS and then space capital FUCHIGAMI. Chris Fuchigami. Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ron. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Yes, Crystal. Yes, you love Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Yes. Anything that you hear him play, you're going to be like, what? That's possible? It's awesome. It's gorgeous. So you're welcome, everyone. You're welcome. Go check him out. He's awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, Vlad. Thank you. Holy cow. Wow. I'm floored. Thank you. You love my earrings. Thank you. They were $1. I love them so much. I'll be sad when they wear out, but they're $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Okay, I should go. I just love talking to you. How many of you would just like a live chat, hangout, Q&A? How many of you would like that? Let me know. Okay. Let me know by a comment, like once this is uploaded, you can leave a comment or give me a thumbs up, something like that. Just lets me know that you like these videos and you like to see more. All right. I love you very much. I know I've been saying goodbye for 5 minutes. Okay. I love you. And remember, you are loved. Bye.